Welcome to the Do You Believe edition of Basketball Illuminati. I'm Zach Harper. We've got proud American Wosny Lambre. We've got Dakhil. Make sure you're checking out all of the podcasts that Woz is doing with The Ringer. And of course, check out the chats he's doing on Max. He is the star of Max. Is no longer Larry David or Julia Louis-Dreyfus or Danny McBride. Is now Wosny. You can find him all over Max. And make sure you're checking out Mo's Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Dakhil. And check us out the week of the play-in tournament on NBA's YouTube page. Well, I don't know if it'll be on YouTube. Just check it.
It's on. I just say, Zach, it's on all of their socials. It's on all their socials. It's on their app. Go check.
I don't know if it's going to be on all of them. It's going to be on one of them at least. It's at least going to be in the app. Yeah, we know that.
Minimum.
And then check out the Bounce free newsletter, blah, blah, blah. Guys, it's been 31 years in the making. Glenn Taylor, after buying the team for $80-something million in 1994 and keeping the Wolves from moving to New Orleans, has now ended his reign of incompetency and officially transferred 100% ownership to Alex Rodriguez and Mark Lowry, which I don't know if it's going to be better, but I know it's different. I know it's not Glenn Taylor. He has relinquished this fight after the arbitrator ruled in favor of A-Rod and Lowry. I don't know. Look, the Warriors were incompetent forever, right? The Warriors were a terrible organization, and then they got new ownership and became a dynasty. Yes. Maybe A-Rod is... historically, everything he touches kind of goes to shit, but maybe...
He eventually would get
it. He won a ring with the Yankees, right? He had a big home run. Yeah. He was okay.
Are we going to start checking the Wolves for steroids? A-Rod's involved now.
I think they should be allowed to use them at this point.
At this point, yeah, they've been a snake-bitten franchise.
At least some HGH or something.
I've always traditionally had a soft spot for A-Rod he's been a Woz Cape all-star.
I can absolutely see that.
Especially because Yankee fans hated him so much.
Yeah.
It became the guy's not that bad. He's actually better than Jeter, blah, blah, blah,
right,
blah.
Yeah. But Jeter did it clean.
Well, that's the thing. That was their whole thing. I just, the moves that have been affiliated with A-Rod and them, we can say have been positive moves.
Yeah.
Bringing in Tim Conley.
Yeah.
Upgrading some of the facilities, all of that kind of thing.
The owner's lounge. That owner's lounge that they got locked out of for a little bit.
Trading for Rudy Gobert, the lounge that they built for themselves, they were locked in. That's just,
That's pretty
Rich guys
funny.
are ridiculous. They're so petty. Trading for Rudy Gobert, I thought absolutely helped propel them to conference championship. The stuff that they've been associated with has felt positive. Yeah. So I think that's something to build off of.
Also, it brings us to our first topic, guys. And this is something that has surprised everyone over at least the last 6 games of this matchup. And I want to know, do you believe the Minnesota Timberwolves own the Denver Nuggets? Now, in an incredible 61-point triple-double Tuesday night, the Wolves won that game. Nikola Jokic has a 61-point triple-double. And the Wolves win it in double overtime, 140-139. Anthony Edwards having a horrible game through 3 quarters, then goes off in the 4th quarter. They end up winning it. Rudy Gobert fouls out. They didn't have Naz Reid. They didn't have Dante DiVincenzo because of the suspensions for a little fight with the Detroit Pistons. No Jamal Murray, no Michael Porter Jr. for the Denver Nuggets, to be fair. So both missing key members. At one point, it's just Julius Randle with 5 fouls trying to defend Jokic in overtime. And he is he can't do it. He couldn't do anything anyway if he had 1 foul. But with 5 fouls, he just has to kind of be in the way, but get out of the way at the same time. Because it was him or they would have to bring in Luka Garza.
To that point, folks should go read John Krasinski's article.
It's so good.
Yeah.
The gamer that he did after this, it's excellent. And the Julius Randle quotes are just money.
Please find this quote because it's
money.
It's so funny. The quote is, what does it feel like to face Jokic on a 61-point triple-double night? Quote, I feel terrible. I feel absolutely awful. My body is in shock.
Bro, and he is trying, dude.
Yeah.
He's getting battered and bruised.
Julius Randle's like Billy 6'9", 250?
Yeah, he's not a slight dude.
It doesn't. You know the funniest part of that game? On a must get possession for the Nuggets, they had Anthony Edwards guarding Jokic.
I know they were just throwing shit against the wall.
No, honestly, it was so easy. Jokic just literally backed him all the way to the rim. Yeah. It was so easy. I honestly was not sure if the strategy from the Wolves was, you know what?
Yeah, let them
tie the game, and then we'll just get the ball.
Yeah, we just get the ball. Absolutely.
And we're gonna put Ant on him because I know he's not gonna foul him.
Exactly.
Like,
it might have been. And then Westbrook, I mean, God, just had all-time God moment.
Dude.
Instead of dribbling out some clock, he misses a fast break layup, and then he fouls Nickeil Alexander-Walker with 0.1 seconds left on a three-pointer. Nickeil hits 2 free throws, misses the third one on purpose. Game over. The Wolves have now won 6 straight games. Now I do what I want. It's the banner across the
you should be watching this on YouTube, folks. You should be watching this on YouTube for the Gems Maze drops.
So all right. So the Wolves counting games 6 and 7 of their second round series, and now they sweep them in the regular season. Now I don't put too much stock in the regular season series. As we saw in the regular season against the Suns last year, the Wolves looked pretty bad, and then they swept the Suns in the first round of the playoffs. But Tim Connolly, coming from Denver, did build this team to say, hey, we face Denver. I'm going to build this team to where we can take them down. And you've kind of done that. Even with moving Karl Anthony Towns for Julius Randle for money reasons, not any basketball reasons, they've still maintained this kind of air of knowing how to solve Jokic enough as he still goes off. He's still excellent, but trying to figure out the other guys no matter who's out there on the court. So, Mo, do you believe the Wolves kind of own the Nuggets?
Yeah, they haven't figured out. Like, it's honestly, this is one of those things. It's just not, they're a very hard team to figure out. Obviously, Jokic can go for 61, 10 and 10, and go off and destroy you. Obviously, no Jamal Murray in this game, but that hasn't made a difference this year. They have them kind of lined up. Like, they match up really well with them. The bigs, they have enough bigs to throw at Jokic to go like, cool, you're going to get 61, but you're going to have to work your ass off for it and really deal with it. And then on the flip side, who do the Nuggets have that can guard Anthony Edwards? We haven't seen them stop. They haven't been able to stop him at all. Like, this is the thing. Like, yeah, he had a shitty game for 3 quarters. Then he had an amazing game for a quarter and 2 overtimes. Like, he was hitting shots where I was putting the clips up and I had no analysis. I would just be like, that was it. Like, it's just, what do you say? This is like, and it's good defense. He had 1 shot, Zach. It was crazy. He lost the ball on the dribble. It hit his leg. He gathered himself again, went back to the crossover and still drilled the jumper. Like, I just think they had their number. And I think that happens. There are teams every now and then, right, where you're just like, damn, every time we play this team, they seem to kick our ass. This is really a situation, just for whatever reason, it's tough to kind of say. Like, I just think they got them figured out.
It's hard for me to believe, that the Wolves have anyone's number. Now, this may just be trauma from my childhood, but it's hard for me to believe. And I still just think, like, I don't know, can't Jokic just beat anybody?
Yeah, so here's the thing. It's the Ant situation. It's twofold. They have no good matchup for him on defense, where they basically have to constantly bend themselves in pretzels, show where the help is coming from early. Like, they have to go so aggressive in trying to get the ball out of his hands. Ant is now smart enough, and the Wolves have seen, they're so used to this coverage. They know the soft spots. They know what to do. And, like, I think that has a knock-on effect where it's just like a guy like Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He's like, I know I'm about to catch this ball in the pocket, and I just have to take my time and take an open jump shot. Like when you know what shot is coming for you, like it just makes the process so much cleaner and easier than just, you just randomly on a possession, it ends up in your hand. Oh shit, I gotta shoot. Like that's not what's happening, especially, in them fourth quarters. So we love Gordon. Think he's an all-world type of defender. He's too slow for Ant.
Yeah.
Everybody else is too skinny, too weak.
Yeah.
This guy just bodies these guys up, and now he's figuring out how to deal with the shading and stuff like that. And on the other end, Murray just can't find himself against the Wolves and Jaden McDaniels and Ant Edwards and Nickeil Alexander. They just bother.
DiVincenzo's a good defender too. Like they do have a lot of guys to throw at him.
A lot of this guy on the ball. They're hounding him 94. Like they're making his life hell. So if Murray can't be the type of guy where the Wolves need to send extra help, they just don't. They just put guys on him and it's like, you're done.
Do you think
the Wolves can't do that? I mean, the Nuggets can't do that.
Do you think they could get KCP on loan from the Magic? They could really use KCP.
That $13 million that they saved.
KCP got smoked against. I wanted them to keep KCP. He got smoked against Ant Edwards last year. Ant Edwards abused him in that series.
And now Ant's got a jumper. That was without that 3-point shot that he's got now.
Dude, what he was doing in the fourth quarter, man, was just unreal.
Once he hit that second three, you could just he's like, oh, he's in that mode again. Like once he gets that rhythm, there's really nothing you can do.
That one where it was on the break and he pulls up from three, it looked like he basically placed the ball in the basket.
Yeah.
It looked so easy, so comfortable for him.
The thing about Ant too, though, is when he's doing that and smiling the way he is, you're just like, oh, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the same time, Jokic. He's unreal. I don't know how you can, even with winning 6 straight and even looking like they've solved them, they're one Russ fuck up away from winning that game. They should have won that game.
Without Murray and without Porter Jr. They're two second and third highest played players.
I don't know that you can say like, oh yeah. I mean, I guess you could go to, yes, they found another way to lose to the Wolves, right? Like no matter what it is, but I still look at that. I'm like, I don't know. Jokic is unstoppable. Yeah. He lights up Gobert historically. And
lit him up.
But also, maybe that's the strategy because he's 0 for 4 when he scores 50 or more.
Right, just let him score. Everybody's gonna be writing that in their scouting report. Yeah. Hey, if he's on one, let him stay on one.
Let him go. Yeah.
The thing is, so Zach, like you're right. They had a chance to win this game in double overtime. They also had a lead in the final minutes of this game that they blew in the fourth
11
quarter,
or 13 or something like that in the fourth.
Like they blew this game in that sense. And the other thing too, and the reason why I say like the Wolves own them, the Wolves won a game 7 on their floor. Like there's a level of like,
don't forget, Mo, the Nuggets were tired. Remember, they've been so sleepy against the Wolves.
Nobody else is tired. Nobody else is tired. They have the whole, the 5280 on the ground about the elevation.
I swear I am never going to let that go.
Nobody's tired.
Bullshit excuse making. Well, the Nuggets were tired.
Yeah, they got beat. They got their ass beat.
But the more important thing is like the most important thing I think with these teams, especially when it comes to playoffs, is belief. Right, is believing we can beat your ass,
and the Wolves believe they're
like confident, man.
They don't. It's not even believe. They feel like they should every time they walk into and see the Nuggets. It's like the opposite of the Knicks playing a top East team. It's like they know they're going to come in and kick your ass.
Don't do that to the Knicks.
No, I had to. I had to.
The Knicks, they've been embarrassing against the Cavs and Celtics.
So I mean, like when I just look at it, like. The whole, I hate the phrase, the team everybody's afraid to play in the playoffs and whatnot.
Yeah.
The Nuggets are afraid to play the Wolves. The Nuggets don't want the Wolves in the first round.
And they might that might be a 3-6. The Wolves have moved into 6. I think the Nuggets fell back to 4 last night, but
they better pray on
right
that 4 seed.
They're right there with the Lakers. Like it's right there.
Here's what I'll say too about it, because it's not just that it's how it happened. Mo mentioned that fourth quarter. Jokic makes it and 1 to go up 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 7 minutes to go.
Yeah.
And guess what? Like, Nuggets didn't play bad offense the rest of the way. They could not get, after they went up 10, I would love to look up the freaking offensive rating the Wolves had. They had like a 250 offensive rating. Yeah. Somebody replied to my tweet and said it felt worse. Okay. Yeah. Like, they could not stop them. And the Wolves love Ant Edwards. Okay. They're not some juggernaut offense.
Throw 2 at them.
No,
you should be able to get stops.
So too.
They couldn't even solve it, Zach. When they did throw 2 at them, it was like Finch had no idea what to do and how to attack different. Like, the whole idea was like, Greg Anthony was great on the call because he literally said the one time they put him in a different spot, he got an easy bucket before the double came. And I was just like, let's not do that again for 2 more. I broke down the game on Twitch. I literally was like, I hope you guys enjoyed that. We won't see that again the rest of the way, because it's as simple as that. But like, to Waz's point, like, they're not a team that's a juggernaut offensively.
You just can't like the way that they just straight up could not string stops together against this team.
Yeah,
that's when I'm just like, you guys have problems,
and it's tough to just outscore everybody. That's a tough way to go about it.
But even when they got the miss, when they got the stop, they didn't get the offense. They didn't get the rebound, and the Wolves would just get another chance at it.
They would come flying in.
Terrible heat check 3. A terrible heat check. I was like,
that's a great shot.
That's a Zach Harper thinking it's a good shot, which means it's definitely not a good shot.
It's a great shot. You're hot, man.
You gotta let it
fly. You gotta let it fly.
But again, I think it was McDaniels or Dakhil Alexander-Walker just came right in for the rebound and the putback. Like, it's.
Mo, you don't know the burner's hot unless you touch the flame. Okay, that's just how it goes. Speaking of how it goes, how you get
out of a hot streak.
Speaking of how it goes, March Madness has just gone chalk.
Good.
All number ones. Everyone's blaming NIL. Oh, NIL's ruined competitive balance.
No,
it's not. But I ask you, Waz, do you believe March Madness is better without the upsets?
So here's the thing. It's almost like the NBA is better with good white Americans. March Madness is better with good upsets, because let's face it, the teams that like Cinderella, blah, 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 it's always some guy with a Polish last name we've never heard of.
Right.
Like, splashing threes that we get excited about. We don't get excited about like any other type of Cinderella.
Polish last name.
Yeah. It's like,
you really want
something Brikowski or something. It's like Kaczynski or some shit, right? And like that's what we're responding to, Zach. When we love the Cinderella, we want a mid-major with a doughy white guy who's making threes to make it to the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
To finally just lose or whatever. That's it. The basketball isn't actually better. Because to be honest, this is the highest level NCAA basketball collectively that I've seen. I'm going to say pretty much post, I want to say since like D Rose and them.
So this is, honestly, funny enough, this is the second time in history of the tournament 4 number 1 seeds reached the Final Four. It happened in 2008.
In them.
It happened in 2008. They are the 4 teams in the KenPom efficiency ratings, have a combined record of 135 and 16. You've got Houston versus Duke, and you've got Auburn versus Florida. All 4 teams are rated top 10 in offensive and defensive efficiency. Also, top 10 all-time in KenPom efficiency available since 1997. Duke is number 2, Houston number 6, Florida number 8, Auburn number 10. I will say this. I really enjoy watching 3 of these teams. If I never watch this Auburn team play basketball again, I'd be very happy. It's no shade to Auburn as a school. I just do not like watching this team play basketball. It's ugly.
Well,
I like watching Houston. I like watching Florida.
That's
this
the
Will
Bruce
Clayton
Pearl
kid.
special, though.
Or Walter
Well,
Clayton.
I can't stand Bruce Pearl, so I hope
I don't mind him. He's a grifter that I really appreciate. My dad hates Bruce Pearl. He's been motherfucking him in text left and right.
If your dad wants to text me,
Bruce Pearl is a righteous gemstones character.
Absolutely. And I love that about Bruce Pearl.
So hammy and insane.
And
it's
so
crazy.
tan. So tan.
But isn't he half black? It doesn't count if you're half black.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
Bruce Pearl is part black. Is there a Mike Tirico situation happening here?
I don't know. Is he?
Put that in ChatGPT.
Maze, look that up.
Maze. Yes, continue though, Zach.
Okay. I think it's hilarious that people like Doug Gottlieb and like all these other anti-NIL people are using this as a chance to take a shot at NIL, which is not going away. It's not going away. It's only going to get worse.
They won in the courts. You're done. The Supreme Court told the NCAA to kick rocks. It's over.
I think, I also just don't think this is bad. Like, it's good basketball. Cinderella's are like fun, but it doesn't make for a good Final Four. It makes for a fun Sweet 16. Once we get to like Elite 8, give me the good teams. Give me the good players. Exactly. Give me Cooper Flag. That's who I want.
It's fun when it's 12 upsets 5. It was fun that one run where we had 16 beat 1. Okay, we've had that. We don't need that anymore. Like it's fun when a
Calipari team loses in the second round because he's a fucking fraud. I love it. Yeah, give me that.
You're having fun with that stuff. But like at the end of the day, like listen, last year, who was it? Who was the 11th seed that Purdue destroyed? NC State, I think it was. Right, goes to and gets crushed. Right. And it's a fun story. It's great. But then Final Four, we sit down to go watch the game. And it's like,
give me Cleveland versus Edie. Like, I want to see the two giants.
Like, it's like you kind of sit there and go, shit, this sucks. And I think that's what tends to happen. So you're sort of like, you want a better game in the Final Four and in the championship. And the bullshit, blaming the NIL. This is just all these dudes who are just upset that these guys are getting paid. Like, let's just be honest.
Maybe
NIL is breaking down the same way the old way broke down. The team, the schools with money are getting the best players. Holy crap.
Also,
Zach's going to hate this, but have you seen USC's recruiting lately for USC football? We have the #1 class because all we're doing is paying dudes left and right with the NIL.
We're talking about good basketball programs. Why are we talking USC?
We're talking college, so I only care about that. USC football. Shout out to Eric Muss.
Well, this doesn't let me know if Bruce Pearl is half black.
Bernie Pearl. That's Bruce Pearl's kid to the left.
They're definitely
what?
Definitely related. They're all related. I wasn't going to go more than that, Zach. I know you're trying to
confirm Bruce Pearl.
I don't know where you're going. I got very nervous.
His dad is freakishly tanned too, though.
Well, okay. I don't know where this is going.
Maze, what the hell happened? You took the picture down? Put the picture back up. I gotta full screen my joint. I didn't have the full screen up. Taking out the magnifying glass.
They got the magnifying glass.
Dude, the chubbier kid to the left, that's Bruce Pearl's son. Like, definitely has some Babe Ruth to him, if you know what I mean.
Oh, boy.
If you're catching my drift.
Oh, boy. I am really excited to see Cooper Flag against this Houston defense. This is to me, this is, no offense to Auburn and Florida. To me, this is the championship. Is this Final Four matchup on Saturday night. I think this is going to be, I think whoever wins this game wins it all. I am lower on Cooper Flag than most. Still think he's #1 pick. Still think he's great. I also think he can't dribble, which is a problem at the NBA level. It's been fine at the NCAA level, but if he's going to be like this franchise changer, he's going to have to get in the lab, as they say, get that tween, get that bag acquiring, as they say.
tween.
Yeah. He's gonna have to acquire a bag. But wait, back to the NIL thing. Maybe if I was splitting my time between hosting a full-time radio show and coaching a bad college program, I would maybe commit to one or the other and not just blame NIL for my troubles.
Don't get me started. No,
I would maybe do one of those. I would pick one or the other. I think that's what I would do.
Don't get me started.
I think that's what I would do. But
this clown.
What if you're Elon Musk and you can run the Department of Government Efficiency and Tesla and SpaceX and Starlink? What if you're just a genius like that?
Are any of those doing well though? Now I do what I want. Back on the screen. Are you guys going to dive in? You guys going to dive in Saturday and Monday?
Seems he is not black. Damn, that's crazy.
Put that on the Run.
Put that on the scroll.
That is crazy. I'm shocked.
What is he?
I sworn this dude was black, bro.
If he's Italian, that's going to be
like
so
Creole,
fucking funny.
like a Creole Negro, like a Louisiana type of
Don't
situation.
put that on the Chiron. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go to the next one. Guys, do you believe
we need a Pablo Torre finds out about this Bruce Pearl situation?
You should go on the show for that. How about that?
He want me to do the reporting, which no.
Well, no, he went on. He had me on to throw a bunch of Timberwolves ownership shit at me, like blindly, and have me react. So I think you just throw that subject at him, and then he'll throw the reporting at you, and you react.
Ah, yes.
No, Waz, you need to be on the share and tell episodes and just bring that to the table.
That's a good idea.
And we need to get to the bottom of everybody else.
This guy's heritage, because this is crazy.
He did have me bring my weirdest Timberwolves memorabilia, and I did bring some Timberwolves underwear that I have. And that was kind of the highlight of the show. Guys, next topic. Do you believe Ja Morant shoots Memphis out of the playoffs? Now, Memphis is in a free fall. They've lost 7 of their last 8. They are 11-23 against non-losing teams, 33-9 against losing teams. They fired Taylor Jenkins last Friday. Urgency is a core principle of ours, GM Zach Kleiman said.
So decided
to go on with the move. Now the NBA is looking into Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant. They looked into him doing a gun motion at Buddy Hield, who had done a gun motion to him to mock a celebration he's been doing when he hits threes. Shams reported that the NBA issued warnings. No further penalties. Just the guys.
Do we need
don't do
penalties
this
though for finger guns? Do we like?
The celebrations were, according to the league, not intended to be violent in nature, but they're inappropriate and they should refrain. Memphis has fallen into the play-in tournament, guys. They're neck and neck with the Warriors, Wolves, and Clippers. They're in a 3-way tie with the Wolves and the Clippers, which drops them to 8th. Clippers have moved up to 7th. Wolves have moved up to 6th in this 3-way tie. They might be fucked here. They really might be screwed. So, Mo, do you believe Ja Morant shoots Memphis out of the playoffs?
No. But I believe Zach Kleiman did. Like, I think that's more of the thing. Like, here's the honest thing. I look at all of this stuff, like the whole, first off, the quote, right? Like about urgency and all that stuff. Where was your urgency at the fucking trade deadline when you just made a cash dump, and that was it? You made there was no urgency there, plain and simple. And then here's my other thing that really bothers me.
They were good at the trade deadline.
Yeah, but they didn't believe in the team enough to add
they had
more
lost
talent.
12 straight games to winning teams.
Not yet.
That's the last time they beat a winning team, February 2nd.
Right. So, like, but
what's
that's
today?
that's
April. Jesus Christ! It's April.
It's been
2 months.
It's been brutal.
That's
and
insane.
I'm not saying.
And it was Milwaukee, so it doesn't really count.
That's really barely a winning team, But I'm not even saying they shouldn't have fired Taylor. All I'm saying is, if you blow out a coach's entire coaching staff in the summer, why are you keeping the coach? Like, what are you doing? Like, at that point, like if you're going and you're going to handpick all the assistants that he's going to have, meaning one of these guys is a guy you really like that you want to just make him the head coach. Like, I just don't I mean, you threw away a whole season, and then 9 games before the playoffs, you decide this isn't working. Like, let's get rid of Taylor.
Absurd.
I'm like, I just don't understand it. So now it's like you're further in a free fall.
I have no problem firing Taylor Jenkins. If you don't believe he's a coach, then you don't believe he's a coach, right? And he's not a good playoff coach. He hasn't had a ton of opportunities in the playoffs, but he hasn't been good in the playoffs. So that's fine. If you don't believe in him, you don't believe in him. The timing of it, though, is ridiculous.
You're insane. 2 words for Zach Kleiman. Sack up, bro. 3 words. Okay? Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Zach. Like,
put that on a Chiron.
And this is, and you guys know
2
this
words,
is
sack up, bro.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, put that on a t-shirt. Put an Illuminati symbol above it. Fucking sell
you
out.
got a live show coming. You might as well.
Absolutely.
So, one of the things that's been getting on my nerves lately, and Nico Harrison fucked up, but like, the media loves to kill a GM for lack of draft picks.
Yeah.
It's their favorite thing to do, because you could tell when they're talking to their GM homies, like, oh, he should have got a pick. Picks and picks and picks. That's all their GM homies want to talk about. Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to kill Zach Kleiman, for being a freaking coward.
Yeah.
For being like, and then I read the ESPN story, and I know they're sourced up over there. And we know, like, they're trying to, like, Memphis has to give their version of, the Memphis management has to give their version of events. Oh, he was losing the locker room, particularly Ja, wasn't getting through to the players. You fired 5 of his assistants in the offseason, fam.
Mm-hmm.
The players know he's dead man walking. So then you saying you freaking produced that outcome.
Right.
Like, you have to own that outcome. You fired all of his assistants, and the players now know that nobody in the organization believes in him anymore. So they don't have to listen to this dude. He's done.
It's just amazing.
Insane to me.
It's amazing how that's not brought up enough. Like, honestly, the fact is they didn't believe in this team before the start of the season. They didn't believe in this coach, I should say, before the start of the season, and kept him. They didn't believe in this team at the trade deadline. Didn't make any moves to try to improve. And then kind of say, okay, 9 games before the playoffs, oh, we got to care about urgency. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. Like, you didn't care. You didn't have any urgency in it. And now you're in this situation where you went from being 2 all the way to 8.
It's interesting because they clearly saw that their record was inflated against bad teams, right? Like, they know what their winning profile is.
Sure.
They know that they're just beating bad teams, and they're kind of mediocre against good teams. And then now they've lost so many against good teams in a row that they felt they had to make this move. But if that's the case, to your point, and maybe there just weren't deals to make at the deadline that they were like, yes, this definitely makes us better. But they also weren't really in a lot of rumors that I remember. And like, that's not exactly the most.
They definitely wanted to get in on Jimmy Butler.
Right.
They did. And that was real.
But that was it. And that was like in December, January. That wasn't like, and like lead up to deadline.
Bro,
he was like, no, and then they were cooked.
Their management lit a season on fire.
Yeah.
And the thing, it's important for the listeners to understand, like, the players, even if the players aren't paying close attention to the office dynamics, they have representation. Their agents and managers know how the league works.
Yeah.
And their agents and managers gonna be like, bro, they just paid a nigga 7 figures to come get him out of Paris. And
to pay an assistant that much,
bruh,
and pay the buyout.
Yeah,
and pay the buyout.
Yeah. To pay the buyout.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. They did both. Like, bruh.
Just make him your head coach. Yeah. What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Like, the players, even if you could say the players don't care about that, they're not paying attention to, bruh, the people who represent them are like, bro, Taylor Jenkins is done. Mm-hmm. Here's why. An organization doesn't just fire dudes' assistants freaking basically grab a dude invest all of these resources in an assistant who this guy doesn't know from Adam. He don't know him from Adam and Eve.
Not even
come
that.
On, bro.
Like the idea that the players don't know or aren't paying attention. I'll tell you what, they are paying attention in the first meeting when the assistant coaches that they're used to talking to, the guys they're used to shooting the shit with after practice and doing all the rebounding.
Guys have been fired twice. Yeah, twice in the last year.
Is the same guy? Does he keep doing the Costanza? Just keep showing up. That's what I want a coach to do in the NBA, by the way. Do the Costanza. After you get fired, just show up.
But please, don't do the finger guns, okay?
No, that's
inappropriate.
Too much.
That's going to do it for us. Make sure you're checking out Waz on Max. Make sure you're checking out Mo on Twitch. Make sure you're checking out me in your email. For proud American Wosny Lambre, for Mo Dakhil, I'm your honest
Second Amendment enthusiast too. Don't forget that one.
Good Lord. That's Morant. Keep your third eye open, and I guess your gun holstered. I don't know.
Oh boy.